Give Caitlin Clark is the court on Cooks say you're if she's the golden girl will get. Imagine a player so dynamic that she single-handedly changes the entire trajectory of a league, a player whose name has become synonymous with excitement, energy and exponential growth. That's Caitlin Clark for you. The young superstar has not only set the court on fire with her jaw-dropping performances, but she's also forcing the entire WNBA to rethink its marketing strategy, revenue model and future. In this video we're going to dive deep into the ripple effects of Caitlin Clark's rise to fame and uncover what it means for the league, its fans and the future of women's basketball. If you're ready to witness the making of a legend, to stick around because you won't want to miss a second of this story. From the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto the WNBA stage, she brought with her a wave of change. Her presence is not just about scoring points or breaking records, it's about redefining what's possible for women in sports. Clark's influence has already made the WNBA a focal point of conversation, Asian sparking debates, headlines and a surge of new interest from fans and sponsors alike. But with this newfound attention comes a host of challenges that the league must navigate carefully. For years the WNBA has struggled with gaining the same level of popularity and viewership as its male counterpart, and there have been constant comparisons, unfair critiques and a perpetual struggle for media visibility. And then Caitlin Clark emerged, offering hope to those who believe the league deserve more recognition. Her performances have not only been stellar but have also created a buzz so loud that it's impossible to ignore. Her games are now must-watch events, and she's been labeled as a once-in-a-generation talent. But what exactly is it about Caitlin that's changing the game? To start with, let me point out that Clark is not merely a shooter but a creator as well. Her dribble moves, long three-pointers or perfect passes have added a flavor close to and be a great shooters. Think of the Steph Curry effect. The latter refers to a player that makes the games challenging to dissipate since he can shoot at the basket wherever he is. Clark's threes are electrifying, borderline magical, with him making shots from all the half-court range. They have achieved this by attracting viewers not only of the women's basketball but rather other viewers with interest in sports in general. The proof has also the impact of the hikes in the number of viewers as well as the rain meetings. Fans flock to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. TV ratings rise when she plays on the court. For example, the games starring Clark have exhibited some viewership improvements, sometimes even as much as 2 or 3 times the normal traffic. This has in turn resulted into what can be best described as cause and effect relationship between her appearances and sales. The league's products. Her games are usually packed, and attending her games earns one the privilege of watching a great spectacle. The capacity to host those games increases significantly. This has had a ripple effect of increased merchandise sales and new sponsorship coming in due to the increased attendances. Businesses would love to connect themselves with the player who contributes so much traffic and demand. However, as much as Caitlin Clark has helped in the WNBA, especially in popularity and growth, it equally paints a picture of one major weakness in the WNBA. This is the issue of forming teams around one star athlete. The reliance on Clark was clearly manifested when, after she and her team were out of the competition, people tuned out in large numbers with empty seats in the playoff games and a dip in TV ratings. The WNBA faced a harsh reality. People were afraid that by concentrating all value creation activities into one business, it could make complete sense. In order for the league to continue this kind of growth, they have to look at other players and cultivate other stories that fans can root for, whether Clark is on the field or not. We get to the evaluation of the current marketing mix of the WNBA in the following section. Even having such a glamorous star, the league has been negatively viewed for not exploiting fully the fame of Caitlin Clark. There's a lot of missing information and even more missing marketing and inspiring her story. Where are those 10 minutes of gem clips, the interviews with the head coaching captain, and all that extra footage which the fans love, compared to Ender, which seems to have perfected the art of marketing players as global stars? The same seems to be a well-kept secret in the WNBA. Audiences and critics of the league have complained that the league requires more effective marketing strategy than just promoting Caitlin, but also promote other talents of the league as well. Therefore, WNBA marketing has been accused of not coming up with strong or appealing stories. For instance, there's no documented case of rivalry stories. Instead, fans could have been informed in a spirit of confrontation about other star players that would lead to expected future encounters with Clark. A conflict is what takes the viewer to the next level, and here we have the everlasting basketball Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, Jordan and Barkley, LeBron and Durant. The WNBA should be establishing these sorts of narratives that will bring fans to the next game. And there is one more problem already on the level of media average. There is information overload on Caitlin Clark, and a question has been raised about the mainstream media's ability to sustain attention to parity for gender. On one hand, it is good to see more attention drawn to women's basketball, but on the other hand, the question arises as to whether such attention can be sustained if derived based on a single personality. As such, some Redux are pressing on the WNBA to make sure its growth is not Caitlin Clark sensitive, but that it can accommodate multiple stars, intense rivalry, and good games, and a healthy league competition. Still, one shouldn't fail to mention the sheer list of successes achieved by Caitlin Clark during her sports career, let alone her rookie season of play. Clark performed far beyond the expectation of other players by breaking what used to be consistent records. Her sustained high point was multiple triple-double and record holder as the highest score passer and rebound for a newcomer. The above milestones were achieved in half the time it took other recent players to do so, and placed her on a league of her own day after day. Clark has been compared to some of the legend of basketball, male and female, putting her right within basketball history. However, with all these outstanding achievements, there should be more to it. However, the question that has now emerged is how the WNBA can build on this. One is to cultivate more stars and antagonists, as well as assure that the league has more talents for the fans to keep an eye on. This way actually relieve the burden of expectation from Clark to single-handedly create interest. Another big step is to diversify the revenue streams. The league also needs to diversify its revenue's possible sources, excluding ticket sales, TV broadcasting rights, and come up with new possibilities that appeal to young audiences, for instance digital products and services, merchant Isaac, etc. Enhancing WNBA games fan experiences is also crucial, specifically face-to-face interaction with other fans and the players. Fans must feel they are having something to look forward to when they pay for a game through accompanying fun activities, interactions with the players, and most importantly something that cannot be experienced online. Fundamental areas that need particular attention include marketing and players development. These will guarantee that WNBA is different from a mere fad and becoming a continuous advancement towards mainstream achievement. In conclusion, Caitlin Clark for sure is taken WNBA to greater levels. They also affect the viewing audience, merchandising, and the very image of the league as fans take their cues from her. However, this success is not without its contending factors. Here below, how do they foster the importance of Clark's persona without overemphasizing it as a strength of the WNBA is the next quandary that the league has to find a solution on. It in part means constructing a strong star framework, building good stories, and having a sound marketing plan that capitalizes on the current trends. In the end, Caitlin Clark's rise, a story of potential, a potential for the WNBA to finally break through and command the attention it has long deserved. But it will take more than just one player to make this vision a reality. It will require a concerted effort from the league, the media, and the fans to ensure the